not even seen a Killjoy as well overall, but Aspas is the player I want to look at because, you know, this is a guy that feels like he can brute force against the meta.
Yeah, I mean, you're not seeing many people at all playing Jet on this map. Knowing Aspas, he's about to drop 30 and, you know, subvert everybody's narratives about how, oh yeah, you should really be playing Neon here if you want to be using the AWP, etc., etc. But, you know, you can take a negative side of that. I see the timer pause at the top. That sends chills down my spine. You can take the negative approach to Aspas playing the Jet here and say, well, surely that indicates that he's not comfortable in the modern meta agent pool. We already saw Aspas really struggle with adapting Yoru. In theory, he had the skill set to be a phenomenal Yoru. He wanted to AWP all the time. He's good on, you know, his macro understanding of where he wants to take fights, but he just never really got to grips with the agent. Never seemed to give it too much of a try, at least in matches as well. And now here again, you could say something similar, but also I think he's going to drop 30.
I mean, it's highly likely. Now, I'm inferring through context clues, Empath, by the way, that Batty couldn't actually use his mouse because the arm of the camera was getting in the way.
Well, that would be an issue.
But it's fixed because all it took was just moving the arm out of the way.
Well, that's good that we've got our best people on it.
Yeah, so there we go. The timer's ticking down. Hey, I'm just glad we weren't here for God knows how long minutes, right? Getting into the game.
Well, take a look at this. They're going to do something aggressive straight away, and that's what the Jet gives you.
Walking out as a flash out of double doors. Zekin looking to square up and take some fights almost immediately, and Aspas has a dash to disengage. So, bit of chip damage onto Batty, but other than that, no casualties.
The recon over towards C might make MIBR think that Loud went for something reactive fast on the other side of the map, but they are just walking back into space that Aspas is still lingering around in.
It's a smart decision, because normally full frontal aggression, but it's angle. Oh my, Luke Show!
Okay.
Yeah, I guess the better of Aspas.
That's the Brazil derby that you've tuned in to watch.
Oh yeah.
Spike planted.
Smoke's already placed up. Mazzino's going to be able to at least get his way into backside control. Slight gap towards it, but Loud playing. Pretty diligent post-plant positions here. Batty's going to be essentially first line of defense that they have to remove. They want a shot at trying to win this one out. Just yet. The walls are Batty's still getting one, and this guy, finally taken out. And like you said, I mean, Phoenix Wall might be good for the defuse, but not if you're all dead.
Yeah, Loud hold on there really nicely. I mean, the opening kill onto Aspas opens up the whole of the B site and makes things a lot better to play.
Loud
2 big kills from Luke Show. Yeah. Love to see it.
And Batty's calling. I'm assuming it's Batty's calling. On the back of that aggression shown by MIBR to just fill in the gap immediately and go for the B plat.
If you missed the post-show when Loud got that win just recently, their first win since July, they were talking about the fact that Batty, who is usually going to be the assistant coach for the team, completely took over the calling. He was supposed to be filling in for their new IGL, Erda. Again, if you haven't been with us for a while, that was Pancada in kickoff. They've made a roster change, but Erda can't be with us at the moment because his visa hasn't been completed. So Batty is filling in like heavily in terms of the IGLing.
Yeah, and it's glowing reviews from his teammates in terms of the position he's been placed in, really. Big shoes to fill.
And while his fragging wasn't electric throughout the entire series, like the stats weren't amazing, his KO supportive utility was very strong, and he had some nice plays even to finish out the series, so we were pretty happy with how Batty played.
Zekin is going to throw his body into the maw, essentially just trying to build up closer to the ult. He doesn't mind if he goes down to them. The rest of the squad probably does, because, well, no one's really close to an ultimate on the side of Loud, actually, taking a peek at it, so can't go for something a bit more aggro.
Yeah, you can afford to go for this. The Jet Phoenix composition, we've seen a ton of on Haven back in the dawn of time. The more damage done here could end up being...
I mean, yeah, it's Verno who's closer to his own now. He's going to take that, I think. 3 away.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. You know, Loud came in with 1 person able to die. That's how they've built their economy for the bonus round. They lose 2. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, the Jet Phoenix composition on Haven is something that people used to run way back in the day, you know,
long time ago,
when the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and Golden Boy was still casting. Like we're talking pre-history times in Valorant. But yeah, it's a very, you know, bread and butter. It just does get quite a lot of value around the map. It's just that normally other duelists are favored.
Very much comfort roles. We've seen a lot of Phoenix as that kind of secondary duelist these days.
Yeah.
But normally that's with the Neon to take some space.
But if Second was playing the Neon, then Aspas is on Phoenix.
And
It's not his kind of agent.
So they've had to try and make the positions fit where they can. Fast play into C. No pushback, no resistance from MIBR. This is an instant plant down for Loud. Now you can get yourself into one smaller post plant positions. Already seeing the Thorns play it down, but should be broken, surely. Surely. They're just trying to contact in as much as they possibly can, but the Thorns are used just off of that util, signaling it all, and through the back of the side. That's a fight to be taken. Verno wins out, brings down 2 of them. That still kill's going to be claimed. Phoenix didn't get it. At least second though, still watching on for it instant with the trade as well, and a flash primed and ready just in case, but the rest of the team had it with a quick and easy cleanup.
Those 2 players pinned to the back of default there, and Verno bails them out. And Verno and Mazzino were really stuck by those Thorns, and I thought caught dead to right by Loud, and yet Verno gets a 2K on both of the players pushing into backside and saves MIBR.
Also, crazy call as well for them to just contact into backside.
Yeah, that is, very bold.
They just knew they were waiting for the util to be popped, so they just walk all the way in.
I was liking the way that MIBR were playing the first game that we saw them up against G2.
Yeah.
They've got the skill to get them through these kind of retake scenarios where it looks like the other team should be favored.
Yeah, that raw individual brilliance, it's filled to the brim with MIBR. We're seeing a nice little fight here. Sees off the rip into lobby. We'll see if there's some sort of follow-up, run it back. Zekken trying to take this A lobby area by storm.
He saw the C's.
Spam into the corners. Yeah, he knows that there's one player waiting. Darker's not going to get away with that. Being followed up and through. Tex also, they're on the other side of the map, managed to claim a kill. And into the instant pivot, the B plant is down. But the kills need to go Loud's way now, and they are still at a massive player disadvantage. Trying to force an advantage any way he possibly can. Batty just seeing if he can at least claim a life or 2, but Tex is just... Yeah, he's withstanding most of that, and a deep TP. Batty's just trying to trick them. But
yeah, and he's TP'd straight back into Zekken, unfortunately. Wasn't expecting a player over there towards spawn. It's a difficult round for Loud to win. They reacted into B and had already caught 2 players, basically. MIBR going for that A lobby crunch. You know, bring it back to our conversations yesterday. This is the kind of thing that we were talking about that FURIA hadn't thrown into their arsenal on the defense. These are the kind of aggressive moves that you often need to throw in, because otherwise the attackers are just going to take that A lobby and short space for free. You know, we're not in a world where you can just throw a recon at the start of every round, or, you know, a breach stun or something like that.
You're insane, bro.
In this kind of meta, you need to use the conditioning to occasionally throw in these aggressive plays. This time, Verno lining up for some Odin spam.
He's got it ready, facing the wall for now, but he's going to be turned around, and he's got it.
Could be deadly.
Yeah, definitely could. As the players allowed here, not walk all the way in. Verdi just skips past a string of bullets.
Sometimes that can be nice to get bullet damage to set up for an easier op kill down the A line too, which I'm sure that Aspas is going to be looking to get an operator into his hands.
Yeah, the bullet tag slowing him down.
Yeah, in one of these rounds, Aspas is going to start opping. You've got to imagine that's the biggest reason that he's picked Jet.
Yeah, it's a comfort role for sure, but also, like you said, enables him when he picks up the operator.
Got a goose egg at the moment.
Yeah, and Loud also, noticeably, not conditioned by the A lobby fight. They just went for it again this round. They've taken up a bit of space. I mean, we've got Darker inserted into A short. It's going to give them backup policies. You can pivot back in that direction, but you do need to do some mid-rounding here. It looks like the goal is Garage.
They need to force this wall out, but it's a tricky one to force.
Yeah, you need to get a body on it, essentially. And
Luke Shaw got caught by Tex in the previous round going for something aggressive. So you see that he's holding here.
Oh, it comes down to reactions, doesn't it? Here, Mazzino, what is that timing?
Oh, that's electric.
Just takes a peek off the back of it, and the paranoia is pretty perfect on top. Big blind up, TP'd. Oh, you're way out in the open, buddy. Head clean off, decapitates him towards the back door. Oh, second, not anticipating yet. Batty is the one to still win the fight. Shakhtar's going to be sailing down to sea, but there's a pocket of play in. Tex has found that window of opportunity. Sailing through now, just needs to win this fight out, but Verti's left alone. Bit of a pushback is necessary onto this one, but it's just Verno with that Odin in hand. Sprays him away. Darker feeling like someone has pushed up here. What's going on? It's Ghost in the walls. Miscommunication towards him because both players are on the site. Now the fuse being stuck. AD tapping away. The dance between the 2 players. Not too sure what was going on there in the Loud camp.
Yeah, what on earth are the comms to the point where they think that there's a player deep down
No
C?
clip through the floor?
I don't know. I mean, obviously,
know.
they must have lost where Aspas was entirely and thought that he was going on flank play. Because they know that Verno's here for sure.
Yeah,
They just killed
yeah.
Verti. But for some reason, they must have
really
thought...
bad and we still won. Let's go!
Yeah. I mean, that final fight between Darker and Aspas wasn't exactly the premium fragging that you expect from these
whiffy,
guys.
but it was nice movement from both of them.
Yeah, okay,
right?
fair enough. I
I'll give
like
it
that
benefit
framing.
of the doubt. It's different framing.
No, I
'cause,
like that framing.
You know, they're both making it difficult for each other.
Yeah. In terms of raw talent, you've got some really exceptional stuff in this game. The thing with Loud is, even though they hadn't won a match for so long, they were always close. They were always dropping
So
massive
close.
performances from people like Luke Show. You know, occasionally in the past it'd be Pancada. Darker just had an amazing game in their win recently. There is talent. There is absolutely talent on this team. There's no question of it. It's just been really difficult for them to turn that into match victories, and they're going to take a tag time out here to try to make an adjustment for the next rifle round. This one will be coming into an eco.
Yeah. Tall order, though, going up against MIBR. Because even if they are playing a little bit off meta, they are good enough individually that they can, you know, brute force is the word I used earlier, but I genuinely do think so. I mean, they were even, you know, you think back to their Abyss of old, Aspas still on the jet there, where a lot of teams were moving away from it entirely.
Yeah. They've definitely done that so far this year. Not running exactly the most meta compositions. I thought in the previous game against G2, they were actually trending much more up to date. This,
double jeweler.
This is a little bit of a tangent off to the side, this Jet Phoenix Comm.
Well, straight down at a short avenue, but not ready for that one. High ground angle from Mazzino, and he's doubled up alongside Verno. Bit of TPs around.
Really nice idea on the anti-eco, actually, because you're so far away from the Neon that might be trying to get some kind of shorty kill, but you can still hold short.
Yeah.
Every other position that you're holding short from, you're pretty liable to get run down by Verti. And Aspas has finally got a scope weapon in his hands. It's the Outlaw, makes sense for this round. You got to imagine he's going for the op in the next.
Dex definitely being squared up to here. We'll see if we can end up winning a couple of these fights out. Bullets raining down into the corner, and a molly as well. A bit of saving grace. Breathing room bought for him, and Luke Show's just doing that little bit of exploring here.
Yeah, when he dies, he'll get the Steel Garden online.
Yeah.
So there's ults for Loud to play around with. Definitely something that the coaches will be, you know, have been discussing during that tag time out.
And one of the things that's also unusual is just the lack of killjoy that we're seeing on Haven. Without getting into the weeds too much, it does mean that there's gaps potentially in the defense for MIBR.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it comes down to where you place this wall. I mean, we're looking at the wall at C at the moment, but they've been running it in garage as well for a little bit of info. When you're on the Killjoy, you do have options to do both, basically, right? You get info down C long, and you get that information in garage. But we heard from Tex in that interview earlier where he said he likes the Vice. It can shut down the Neon on the other side, and it lets him get a bit more aggressive on the attack side and go in with the rest of the team. You're not tethered to that.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Okay, Aspas does have the op now.
Yeah, and we'll see what Loud have got up their sleeve to try and deal with this one. We will be listening into them soon enough as well to see. Backside of the timeout was taken for this round particularly, and that's an Odin spam versus Odin spam.
Nice idea.
Yeah, attempted to punish there onto Verno.
Aspas just using his op at the moment to escort Tex down into Cubby, where he might be able to get a favorable fight against Luke Show. Luke Show's always been the one looking over towards C, and once Tex is in this Cubby, Aspas can rotate off if he wants.
That deep forward positioning, so getting constant information for the rest of your squad.
He can also bait, right? Like if this goes into a C exec, one shot from the op, you're not going to check the Cubby.
Absolutely. Let's take a listen into Loud.
Pode dar passivo, não agulha passivo.
Mas posso soltar a bomba pra vocês. Fica drone outro, então. Espera. Ó, fazer um choque primeiro.
Espera aí, eu vou...
Toma esse. Granando, backside. Voltar ele, tá? Quer entrar? Tô cego, dois atrás do lado.
Estamos tranquilo.
Passada.
Ah, eu fiz espinho.
Não, 3 aqui. Só sai. Vai ser a opção.
Phoenix e Fade. Op C, fechou o mapa.
Yeah.
C é minha,
Vou tentar plantar no B. Ok, vou tentar plantar no B. Passar uma. As bombas dele.
C, em cima da minha parede, C.
Pode pegar uma. 30 seconds left. Standing ahead. Go.
Vão só massar, cuidado. Dá pra jogar pra trás. Backside show. 10 segundos, tem que entrar B.
Dá ali, esquerda. Mandou um B.
Calma aí, bang.
Calma, Batty.
Fica parado, Batty, fica parado.
Last player standing.
Ó, deixa eu falar, mano, para de peidar, para de, tipo, cancelar a Zek. Dá pra ir em 3, eles são em 3, mas dá pra entrar, não é a Vice.
Flawless.
Loud going for that B finish against Aspas' op and not finding the same success in the post plant that they were looking for in the previous round.
Good.
I mean, they are getting caught quite often by these C pushes. This has been a couple of rounds in a row where Luxio's either died doing something aggressive, or in this round he just dies kind of not anticipating the super deep angle that Texas got onto.
Well played, baby. Come on. We're playing good.
And that Mazzino flank was pretty devious stuff here.
boys!
Seen a correlation as well for Loud. I mean, a lot of kind of, I think, late round pivots over towards B. They realize that the A option isn't feasible, the C option isn't feasible.
Go, go, go.
So they're trying to go for the B plant pretty often in a lot of these rounds.
If you go fast here, you've got to be worried about the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, they just send it.
Skipping straight past. Could be anticipating that it is potentially going to be placed over towards Garage this round. Here, Plant's going to be able to go down too. MIBR, their retake will be tested here. Aspas with the operator on top of it, and the pit in your face alongside the Thorns. This time, some correction to the way that Loud were playing it. Last time they left backside entirely open, that MIBR could contact him, but that run it back is ready. Zekken pops it, trying to lead it forward to the rest of his team, and that Hunter's Fury was safe for a moment exactly like this. 2 shots, connects, Zekken's dropped. And now Batty trying to get ahead of the curve before the action really kicks off, but that Odin spam TP. Mazzino, unaccounted for, he's completely flipped the script. Darker sidestepping, but now outside of this pit, leaving it to Aspas and Verno, and that rifle picked up.
Take flight.
Time ticking though. Got to get a move on here. Verno's got to stick this, and it needs to be a defense in order. Aspas has to step up to challenge. Verno pulled off. Half on the defuse. No more time left. It's Loud who clutch it up.
It's a Red Bull clutch on the board for Loud. In theory, I think that round should have been smooth sailing for Loud. They got into a good C post plant. They had massive ultimates to convert. Luxio doesn't invest a Steel Garden again after dying before the B post plant where it would have been useful, but like the pit is great, the Hunter's Fury is great, but they're still somehow MIBR able to make a good go out of that. Crazy teleport play from Mazzino.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what you get with this MIBR squad. Even though they lost the round, you see those moments where they put thousands of hours on their own individual roles. Yeah. And they know that they can just make decisions like that. Aspas is smoked off.
Yeah, it's a nice smoke. Puts pressure on the upper, but he's good for it.
Yeah, just...
And Aspas, he is a beast. Took him a little while to warm up, and he does get shut down. But 4 kills to his name. 3 more across this series at any point, and he will have 3,000 kills total in Americas. The first player in any international league to reach that number.
There's that experience tenure. Verno, this angle is just devious work, man. Not going to get cleared in that spot. He still gets 2 before he goes down to his grave.
Walk and Verti get done in a 1v3.
Yeah, and Verti, he's been having a pretty decent game so far, but this might be a little bit too much. He does have the spike, though. Doesn't have to worry about that too much, but he's spotted out of his positioning, and Mazzino immediately just asserting himself onto the angle, ready to take that fight. So already, you can see MIBR, the cogs turning in their brains about how to turn that into a crossfire setup.
I think one of the things that's improved as expected, but still worth giving them credit for, the little team fighting moments from MIBR are a lot stronger now than when we first saw them in America.
It's just ping-ponging off of one another.
Yeah. And of course you're going to expect that because it's a new team with a lot of talent and they didn't get the most practice coming into kickoff, but they're now a lot cleaner with it than they were early doors in kickoff, where they weren't able actually to make Santiago.
Yeah, didn't have a lot of practice before kickoff as well. Worth remembering, Aspas.
Getting ever closer.
Kill. Yeah, ever closer now, just 2 away. Of course, the eco for Loud. Rounds like this, you just want to be trying to make the most of it, but right now you're sitting at quite a deficit of rounds. You take anything you can get.
There's so many threats around the map for Loud. It does seem like a struggle to go into this.
Oh, God. And Zekken, he's so brave here. I mean, why wouldn't you be? Up against the weaker guns, he's just running all over them, man. It's like he's playing ranked.
Yeah. You've got to dodge the operator in the first place. You've also got to worry about where the Vice utility is if you want to try to run a fast hit against the op. And then at any point, you know, Zekken can just be flash re-peeking you. All across the map because he's being very mobile with his positioning. So I think really going to stress Batty's calling. Now, Luxio's a great player.
Well, Aspas claims it anyway.
He's not going to get past Aspas
And
this
now
time.
one more kill is all he needs.
Yeah.
That milestone will be hit.
2,999 kills in VCT Americas for Aspas.
I mean, it's kind of ludicrous, isn't it?
That is monstrous.
It's kind of ludicrous.
The first player in any international league to hit the 3,000
Enemy
mark.
remaining.
It's a ridiculous milestone.
And honestly, he's been a little bit slow in these last couple of weeks to
He
get
hasn't
going.
needed to take over, though.
No, he hasn't at all.
Right, yeah.
That is a scary thing.
That's the scary thing about MIBR.
Although, having said that, since he's had the op here on this
Well, here
defense,
we
he's
go.
been phenomenal.
Aspas POV for the next 1 minute 40.
Yeah.
Gotta see him.
See who gets the pleasure of being the 3,000.
Oh, nobody's going to be moving towards him, though. Or towards A here. This is very fast play, trying to take him control of this, but our Hort not dealt with. What is that control with the Odin? Verno, locked in, deals with the dart. Still holding on towards that backside, controls a wall to see if he can supplement here, but a running and gunning will not help you out because Mazzino just drops down from the skies, deletes them all. And Darker, how do you dig yourself out of this? Trying to re-peek into it, but the Odin spray will just bring you down.
Again, it's the little team fight aspect. It's, you know, Verno is drawing all of that attention by going out on a swing, and Mazzino takes the perfect timing to drop from heaven. And you can't focus on Mazzino in that position because Verno's absorbing all of the attention in his direction. Look at these heads turned. No one even looking at the heaven drop. This is the stuff that MIBR's improved on dramatically.
Scrapping to give it whatever buy they can get at this point, though. Loud. This time. Will this be the moment where Aspas gets that kill?
Surely he gets it this half, right?
Maybe,
He's got 1 round left.
Hold on, there's players in mid. There's a pixel angle to work with, reaction time test. For number 3,000. We'll see if he gets it. Attention. Building. Watch him not get a kill for this entire map. We're selling it too much. He's on control.
Tucked and walking up B. Wow, what an opener, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Surely, final round of the half, you're looking for the Steel Garden to open things up, and you've already lost 2 players before Luke Shaw can have any impact with his ult.
Can't even get into positions for it here. Towards Garage. Drone's going to be misplayed. Storm is out, though. Peeling back, but the rest of MIBR just... Yeah, open arms are willing to let these players in because they're just raw aim, trying to win it out. Run into the side, though, Batty. Okay, takes out Zekin, but still. That's 1 target down. You've got 4 more to deal with. Nightfall's now going to be hard committed. That's going to be 2 tags onto them. And Texas Mazzino will mop up and clean up towards the end. 9-3 is the half at MIBR. We're still waiting for that 1 kill.
Yep, still waiting for Aspas to get up to that 7. Ever since he got the open line, though, absolute dominance. Remember that Loud took the pistol here, and they've only been able to secure 3 in the half. There is a tier gap between these 2 teams, but my God, MIBR are cooking them.
Sometimes it's nice to watch some really excellent teams, I think, just putting on that bit of prowess. We're going to send it down to the floor, though. Liz is standing by with a very special guest. We've got EG's Comm.
Thank you so much, Brennan Sideshow. And yes, look who I found looking around here. It's World Champion Comm hanging out here in the EG gear. Look at you right here. Now, you buy Bucky's, you're here playing, but you're here today because you want to support your former teammates. You were here for the first match, but now you're here supporting Mazzino as well. Something I ask players a lot is, like, how does it feel to watch a game that you can't do anything about? And they always say it's so much worse. You feel that way when you're watching your former teammates play?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're doing pretty well right now, 9-3, so that's pretty easy. But I would say the match before this, where it was Jaw, King, and Sato, that was very stressful.
You didn't see it on camera, guys, but you were like dapping everyone up, saying hello to everyone, waiting by that side. I love it. Something I want to talk about is right now is Evil Geniuses kind of finding their footing, finding their moment. Where do you think EG goes from here? Where do you think you guys, like, how do you keep on going up?
Just keep progressing, keep being consistent. I think we have a lot of potential to win out and really make a run for London. I mean, that's the overall goal, and we've been putting in the work, so we'll see how it all kind of shakes out.
And let's talk about, you're calling with EG now, right? It's like, how does that feel, kind of like being back in that driver's seat?
It's super fun. Like, it's something I've always enjoyed. I've always enjoyed being like a leader and just being able to support all the people around me and just helping them be successful. So yeah, it's just something that kind of naturally came to me, and I'm just happy to do it.
You seem like you guys are having a lot of fun, is that right?
Oh yeah, having a lot of fun.
Buying a lot of Bucky's. Everyone give it for Comm. Thank you so much for joining us for this halftime interview. We have a game to get back to you, so Brennan Sideshow, please take it away.
Comm's attacks like calling on Haven, actually. I was really enjoying watching. I think he was throwing a ton of nice fakes into things, ran quite a like slow, controlled game. I wonder what we're going to see from Verno here. I mean, there's a difference in terms of how long they've been in the scene for sure, but Verno has taken to the calling brilliantly on MIBR and currently sits at the top of the scoreboard as well. 17-4.
Yeah, he's dominating. Dominating completely and utterly here. So, close look at the pistol.
Oh, 5 grouped to take an A-lobby engagement.
A-lobby fight. Surely we're gearing up for potential of the kill. Hold on, you got Util out into your hands. Or Loud trying to swing out into it. Still weapons at the ready from the rest of the squad. And MIBR looking to draw a bit more than just blood. They want to take this site by storm. Aspas deep dash into the smoke. Looking to at least take up some of that space. Dart is finally dealt with here, but Birdie's still sitting to the side. Oh my God, Birdie! Pulls up from absolutely nowhere.
I mean, there must have been a Kalak kill in the middle of all of that.
That's
too.
ridiculous.
He swings around the side, and presumably the whole of MIBR lined up. Take a look at it from his perspective.
Oh, the Kalat. That is so much damage.
Yeah, that's crazy. And the Sheriff is good on rounds like this.
Back to the wall when you got to step up. It's Verdi who does it, and he's having a brilliant map so far.
Can I say a little bit disrespectful, the pace there from MIBR too? I think running knife out down short, and then insta going into the A-pop, looking to end the map quickly.
Eke around here for MIBR.
And Aspas with the Sheriff.
Yeah.
Still one away from that 3,000
We're
kill.
going to keep saying it, and the more we say it, the less likely it is that he gets that kill.
I mean, he is going to get 7 kills.
At some point. Maybe in the next map. Who knows? We'll see.
Don't even give me that.
But now, Batty is alone on the side with just the Sheriff. He's in the smoke, but what can you do with just the Sheriff in hand? Kawazine! Got a stinger! And oh my God, Kawazine! Just tearing him to shreds! 4 kills.
He's on for the ace.
He's on for the ace. That's going to get stolen, though. Luke Show.
Greedy boy.
Yeah.
Rips away the clip from Cowan-Z. But, I mean, fair enough. They mostly just had classics.
They care about
anyway.
the round.
You're not going to post that one online, are you?
No. Guess what? Aspas still on 6 kills.
That's true. It's so true. But listen, he's now going to have a rifle.
Yeah, true.
And he's the hard entry player. I mean, he's gonna be dashing into these sites.
With how much we're hyping this up, I need to see confetti, cannons being fired up on the stage when it happens. Because it's just ridiculous. We'll see. Verdi looking like he might want to go for a bit of a swing down A short here with that Outlaw. There it is. He's gearing up for it. Looking to see if he can take some shots, bit of damage.
Yeah,
backs himself out.
140 to second, who can heal.
Yeah, Batty also going exploring.
More aggressive option here being chosen by Loud. Going for individual plays around the map. You know, nobody's supporting Batty there at all.
Alone taking that fight. Still looking. You see the signs of life. Loud have got a lot of players here waiting, grouped up over towards this A avenue. Mazzino. Good shot to be found. And again, the contact is called for. There it is. Activating! And there's 3,000. First player to do it across all our international leagues.
It's Cowan-Z. You know, he's both Loud players, compatriot, that he takes as his 3,000th scalp.
One enemy
Go
remaining.
for a little bit more. We're going to start counting up to 4,000 now?
I mean, yeah, he's the leading player across all of the international leagues in terms of kills, so...
There it is.
There you go, man.
It's a hell of an achievement.
It really is. I mean, it's not the numbers that necessarily make Aspas one of the greatest of all time, you know, candidates to the very least, no matter what your opinion on the fact is. But the numbers do help. He's got some astonishing stats.
I mean, it's definitely a reflection of his tenure.
Yeah.
Time playing at the top.
Yeah. And there you go.
There it is.
Huge congratulations to Aspas.
Where's the confetti?
Fire the cannons.
Yeah. Well, MIBR grouped up here. This is 5 players looking towards C, but trying to make some noise, aren't they? Good flash go straight into the corner. Luke Show. Swift dismissal there to run it back. Second's going to be pulled all the way back. The Snakebiters want to slow them down a little bit further there, but the smoke in their faces, they don't want anything to do with it.
I'm really surprised that MIBR are looking to run fast execs into a Vice composition. You know, it seems like the kind of comp that you would want to feel out a little bit. It's a beautiful flash from Luke Show, but I mean, you could be running into the wall there too. As it happens, it's in garage.
Snakebiters wanted a lot to slow down the approach and onslaught. Tex is going to be that deep insert. And he could give options for the team to go back over towards C. But they have to create noise and pressure elsewhere this entire time because MIBR were grouped up with 5. They don't actually know if anybody's pushed up deep over towards A lobby.
Yeah, that smoke, though, would be difficult if there was a defender
player
pushed up.
there.
You know, that smoke that Mazzino's just thrown would be tough.
Squaring up, though. Here's Luke Show. Sees multiple players, only takes the one before he's just going to be backing away, playing this one diligently in a reposition with the wall up. It's Darker and Luke Show able to play and push this one back now. Flash through the wall. Up drive over the top. Luke Show. Target-rich environment here, and these players on Loud are thriving in it. My God, what a way to swat it all the way down. A flawless round for Loud here. And they are not done just yet. It might be a big round differential between them, but they are looking to try and drag it even.
And that's the duo that was phenomenal last week, too. Luke Shaw and Darker. What a combination, the two of them, when you put them in spots like this. They're taking their timings nicely, playing around their defensive utility, and deleting people. The skill is really high. That gets rid of the Phoenix ultimate. That knocks the economy down of MIBR. And with double pistol for Loud, they have barely won a rifle round, and yet, actually, they're going to start pulling this back a bit.
They're forcing up here, MIBR. So if they end up losing this one, the economy is going to be pretty awful for them. Let's take a listen in and see what MIBR are cooking up.
Waving you guys up.
Yeah.
Look for kill.
Yeah, I'm gonna contact. I'm waiting for this.
Can you break this wall with my dog?
Yeah.
That run in.
Drone in? Yeah, I got
Enemy mark. I
broke
didn't hear
drone.
this time, yeah.
Shoulding your sharp push.
I got tagged.
Hit it. They saw us, so they have no
I don't
drone.
see the wall.
Yeah,
Do you want to
Walls
end
B,
it?
guys. Walls B, I think.
Can you jiggle that? Can you jiggle that?
Yeah, wait.
Where do we want to end?
Plat. Viper Plat saw me.
Let's go
They
B, let's
smoked
go
B,
B.
let's try to get
Let's
it.
go
Okay, let's MB, let's MB.
Okay.
He can't have this line. He
Yeah,
cannot
I
have
think
this
it's
line.
Vi's Viper.
Can you smoke this line? Can you smoke that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Smoking.
They use a.
They like playing open B. They like playing open B.
Yeah, I'm gonna flash left side. I'm
Yeah.
gonna smoke.
Can we get in the smoke?
I have no dash.
Walk the garage.
Get in the smoke. Get in the smoke.
Yeah.
They recooked garage.
Flash it
Blind
right
left
side.
side.
Go, go.
My guy.
Go out.
We're walled. Block.
Yeah, I made it through.
So anyway.
Ceiling canading.
Push stay, 80.
I'm blind.
80 window.
Out ceiling.
Last player
they're
standing.
80.
Nice try.
We're seeing difficulties there for MIBR, and like I said, they did force up very much in terms of the economy. They got a plan down, might soften it a little bit.
That's not great, though. I mean, that is a really important round for Loud to win. That's massively important. And I think it's Lucio, really, that does the dirty work here. Re-peeking through that smoking garage to solo challenge with no util is devious behavior. That is the kind of thing that you only do when you are confident that you can take a duel at a disadvantage against basically anyone in the game. Because you're also up against some ridiculous aimers on MIBR. And he just dry swings through that smoke, pushes techs out of the space. MIBR then are worried about garage, and Loud don't have to worry about it at all. They know it's a B finish, and they get to collapse onto them.
This is now troubling territory for MIBR. It's definitely cause for a timeout, which they're calling here to figure out. It's not going to be for the upcoming round because their money, you know, it's broken. Essentially, you might be able to get some sheriffs online, but a bit of stretching from Lucha, why not?
Yeah.
Get the blood pumping. But yeah, this is a bit of a struggle here, and what we said at the beginning, you never know. We did try and make the call. It was going to be a lopsided match yesterday. Might be gearing up for something similar here. There are no free wins in Americas.
Yeah, that's true. Again, you know, MIBR have actually only lost 3 rifle rounds in this game so far.
Right.
And yet, you know, the score is still somewhat close, and they're heading into another situation where the score is probably going to be 10-8.
Yeah.
You look at the economy, it is likely going to be 10-8 and only a 2-round difference between them. But that's the power of the double pistol.
Yeah, winning double pistol.
And just winning that crucial round there where MIBR are forced. They're going very fast at the start of the rounds. The MIBR style on Haven seems to be, will condition fast pace and then slow things down if you manage to stop us.
Options are going to be limited. When money is tight, MIBR might be looking towards B as an avenue. Flash out through the smoke, in through mid. Batty's going to be hearing all this presence, and the call as well as made. TP in for the back. He's not thinking about it at all. The paranoia was sent flying forwards, and he's just turned into the wrong direction. That's a rifle handed over. The B-pop works to fruition for now. MIBR, you've got to get this plant down. Here and now, good paranoia on top of it, and spraying down with these stingers in hands. MIBR, these guys are menaces. Can't be removed. Aspas swinging right into them. Shots going wide here entirely for Loud. Takes that raw individuality. Darker and Luke show dynamic as a duo, but it leaves it just in the hands of Darker now. 1v2. Spike still not down. Looking for what the players are, given the perfect timing. Tex, though! Weapon reclaimed, the outlaw from earlier. He's able to at least win that round out. A critical one here for MIBR.
The best efforts of Darker and Luxio not quite able to recover that. They just sunk themselves into such a pit. Batty's doing a lot on his own at B. He's trying to look for a timing to walk down mid. If there's pressure over towards a different area of the map, then he realizes he's getting overwhelmed, tries to throw out a paranoia, doesn't hear the guy behind him. They donate a rifle at that point. Aspas has got a stinger, it just snowballs. You know, you find a single player when you're playing a Deathball eco like that, and it can get out of control very quickly.
Yeah. Out of an instant answer, they're going to be looking to find over towards A lobby.
God, look how fast MIBR have just taken Garage and front B.
Instant reaction as soon as they hear that presence. I mean, it's a dash in through B, out through Garage. Aspas is all the way towards the back, but Mazzino has ended up losing his life there. Outside A lobby. Bit of a sound bait, but his plan is already being tapped. They're going to go to A, bring around the Rosies, forcing out a bit of an ult now, and MIBR, yeah, this is surely the perfect opportunity. Hold on, that tag does signal things. Got to know that that link area is compromised. The drone as well, spotting some more signs of life, and losing that fight out could be critical here. Loud need to see if they can get a bit more on the board. Crossfire setup, Birdie though being contested, and Second smart, knowing the damage done prior. Pulling out that shorty. Luke Shodo still here, into that short angle. Taking up residency. There's a thorn in their side. How about that Steel Guard? It's not going to catch onto a lot, and Aspas, of course, not going to be pushed back and away. Not with the Blade Storm out still. Plants down. Kawazin's onto the side. A tap to see where these players might be.
They're miles away from this.
Aspas low. Smoked up onto it. A dink, and Kawazin's covering. Aspas is low, 23 health.
Smoke's going to go
Sidestep.
down.
Smoke's there. This is blind. Fire and spam and sticking. Stuck all the way. It's Kawazin saving the day for them.
Batty actually double smoked that as well.
Ridiculous.
Got both smokes down. As it happens, Loud still had time to be able to stick it through as well. I mean, Kawazin thought that they were going to be pressuring him close. Everybody on MIBR just ran away from this.
Yeah.
They were trying to get out of the range of the Steel Garden, I assume, but it was only Verno left in that post-plant position. With how nice MIBR's take of the site was, they really got scrambled in the post-plant there. Great recovery from Loud after a very difficult one, losing on the anti-eco. Still a game.
Definitely is. Loud still in it, fighting tooth and nail. A lot of util expended up towards A lobby once more.
Well, Batty was the big weakness for them over towards B, and MIBR are heading in that direction again. Hoping that if they put some pressure over towards A lobby, he'll go peeking.
What a back here. He's going to pull out a ton of this util with the thorns and the wall. Debted. One of the benefits of the Phoenix.
They're
Especially when you're
ending B
ulting.
a ton.
They really are, yeah.
The read does seem to be that MIBR are not going to be able to hold this.
Bit of spam from Batty, but as that smoke dissipates, Aspas does return with a kill. Steel guarded. Overlaid on top. This is for MIBR to get a bit more breathing room.
Kawanzin's flank could be important here, and Mazzino's supposed to be watching it, but he's let him slip.
Yeah. Kawazin finding a potential gap there in the hold, but he's only got the Odin, taking a swing and a fight together once more. These players feeling a squeeze from multiple directions. Mazzino now, his turn to step up, but he's only got the Sheriff in his hands, and he's finding it very difficult, as is the rest of MIBR. Birdie just knocking off their heads alongside Luke Show, leaving it to a 1v1. Tex versus Luke Show to tap. Tex just playing and buying time! Time is barely on the board. Luke Show, he's got it. I
don't
think
know.
he's got it.
It's so close!
Milliseconds, and there it is. 0.17.
The way that he peeks through that B smoke is sublime. He's checking the corners on little jiggle peaks, trying to get Tex to commit to something, to give away his location. And eventually he shoulder peeks out, realizes that he's not tucked close right, so he goes for a wider swing, clearing close left. And because it's Luke Show, he hits the shot. What a beast.
Yeah.
All right, this defense half is now Loud actually playing. I was talking about them not winning very many rifle rounds earlier on, but they're making a real go of it. The last 4 out of 5.
Not pure disrespect being shown by MIBR. Again, scrapping together a bit of a buy, whatever works. Rifle stingers.
Yeah,
It's just, I mean, disrespectful, right?
Yeah, it does feel like it. It's like this can't be the optimal way to close out the game, but
feeling like they're good enough to do so.
yeah.
Kawazin is the only one holding this one back, and normally you'd want some Killjoy util at the back, but they're running a Vice, so he's got a lot of angles to watch. He's a lone player on A. Could be cause for concern. More garage exploration, bit of a Prowler. Not gonna be broken. Darker though. Feeling threatened. They called for a bit of that util, but he popped off. And leaving these A inserts that looks like MIBR happily going to be able to go back to that spot.
Here comes the drone from Currency. So in the previous time that we heard the MIBR comms, Zekken was making a very, very big note about the fact that they don't have drone now. They only saw the lurker, so this could be a really good time to go back into the A re-hit.
They're trying to go for it now. Grouped up into the split. Players are spotted though. Kawazina, Batty, what can you do against this one? Paranoia sweeps and it's good. Molly rebounds. Hold on, these players are getting caught. 2 cinders. The Seas is picture perfect. It's a cherry on top. But the Odin spam from Batty, anything to try and push them back. Just a one. Trader's instant. Aspas on the line, sidestepping. Gotta be careful with this one. Stun, ricochets. How the hell do you get out? Luxio just trying to bait out the shots, but again, not anticipating it. Zekken, another flash, another peek. These players are gearing up for more. It's MIBR trying to run all over them, flattening the opposition, and VCT can only just watch in dismay as he realizes the round is already lost.
He doesn't even want to make footsteps of him retreating.
Yeah.
They got to hold on to this. The economy's in a weird spot, right? MIBR were forcing into this round. Go 50-50 with the 2 force rounds that they've gone for. Honestly, I mean, that's not that bad. Win one, lose one when you're scrapping with... I think they brought a Sheriff and a Stinger into this.
Yeah.
Like, it was not a good buy. And VCT, he's only got 100 credits in his back pocket too, so he really wants to hold on to this op.
Yeah, by any means necessary.
But MIBR make it up to Matt Point.
Up to 12.
The Phoenix Molly is such an important part of the kit.
Yeah.
I think it's something we don't tend to discuss as much because when you think about Phoenix, you think about the ult, you think about the flashes, but the Molly is massively important. You can throw it on the fly a lot more than you can like a Brim Molly because you tend to be at the front of the pack. And it's just so good as a piece of util exec or to stop people from, you know, flooding to help their teammates, for example.
Yeah.
The best Phoenixes are getting massive value out of that.
As you're seeing there, set up by the Seas. Bruno having a hell of a game. Haunt push back once more. VCT anticipates the walk up. Knowing that space could be taken, and Mazzino, he's punished for it. Drone's going to be used much earlier off the mark here. Aspas does break it, but tagged up. Caught in a corner.
MIBR haven't really been trying to bait out this wall towards Garage. Now, to be fair, most of the time Luxio's been putting it at front B. But there hasn't been much of an effort to go and bait out the Vice utility. This round, the Vice util and the Pit are just providing Loud so much info.
Tex, he's got too much to account for there.
And Luxio is always happy to swing.
He's on top of it.
I wouldn't want to be in Tex's position having to take the 1v1s against Luxio around the map.
I mean, with Mazzino down, you'd have smokes, right?
Yeah.
Hard to try and take Garage control in a spot like that. Looking to go back towards A.
That is a reflex check.
Yes, it definitely is. VCT, though. Very much been on top of it for some points of this map so far. Test here. Yeah, okay.
That's astonishing stuff.
Not doubting you again.
30 seconds left.
I mean, that's purely, again, he just blinded up. He'll press mouse 1. But still.
Yeah. Again, a reflex check, isn't it?
Reflex
That's
check.
just nasty. And Loud, you know, they had to put 3 on a board in a row here, and they are looking so good for the first.
Yeah. Verno ran out of options here, and you're right. So good for the first now. That's 10. They did have to commit quite a bit into this round. They had a pit down over towards C to do so, but
they're going to start to build up towards some other ults as well. If they can scrap through this round, they might well have Steel Garden, Hunter's Fury, massive defensive ults to work with. Look how fast this is.
Yeah.
I mean, he sees the curveball. It's not like he's reacting to the flash pop. He actually sees it being thrown. That's a great collab.
It really is. Major difference maker here. What's going on with the money?
I mean,
okay.
You have 2 rounds left. You might as well force this round and then, you know, scrap together 2 force buys rather than a full eco, I guess. That's the theory, but MIBR have now force bought 3 times in the half.
Playing with VCT fire in them. That's unfortunate, but now all last fails. Go back to the B here. Now, listen, not going to catch him twice. Batty, last time getting caught by that one, but a spraying down on top of him. Aspas was getting counter-spammed in the process, but he do have that B site control plan. Could potentially go down. This is Aspas for solo plays, just dominating up the smoke. Soon enough to be dissipating, but he's still got that raw aim to bail him out. Nightfall, another layer on top. Gets that tag, and acknowledgement of where these players are. Darker! He's sat down almost immediately for MIBR, a defining moment into the series. It feels like a nail in a coffin, at least the first one for it here. This map surely theirs. Batty has got it all to do. In a spot in a 1v4, they know exactly where he is. The bait and switch by the barrel. 13-10 is how we finish the first map.
So many moments there where MIBR went for that B finish. And at the end of the day, Aspas just decided, it's Darker and Luxor that have been causing us trouble, is it? I'll just go and assassinate them both. No worries, hits some.
Down into split we goes. Loud putting up quite the fight against this MIBR team that, you know, by all measures on paper, we were looking at potentially a one-sided matchup, but definitely putting up a decent amount of resistance. Now we see what they can do, because it is going to be MIBR's map pick of split. Aspas and Zekken, that dynamic duo on the duelist. Unorthodox with the Viper Wall to begin.
Yeah, it's one that threatens that they could be taking a lot of mid-space here on defense.
And Loud already, they've got a bit of a trap play. One player's contact, Batty's going to be holding that paranoia. Could get disjointed, but a contact play off the trigger of somebody's contact. Who's taking it? Kawazine, and there it is. Flushes through. Instant star as well, propped up in their faces.
That's such a good smoke from Mazzino.
Yeah. For a rainy day, just in case it did go awry. Zekken's all the way through, though. Straight through Mail, and now he's just trying to take liberties and action and matters into his own hands here. Paving a way forwards for the rest of the squad to follow through off of his space, but noise, pressure, sound cues, baiting and switching, not hard committing, and tangling really with Kawazine. He's just tucked into a corner, needs a bailout from the rest of the squad. Verno is on top there, eventually traded out, but still, this is the rest of MIBR flooding through and cleaning up entirely. Batty, in a spot like this, safe plant, doesn't even get that luxury position. Now spotted, ISO'd, hold on, that's a right click, damage done. And maybe there was a world. But MIBR come out on top of a pistol round win.
There were a lot of complicated things for MIBR to get through on this round. The trap play in mid, diffused excellently by Mazzino's star. They must have seen that kind of setup before in scrims, because they were so ready for it.
Something was off, right, with the Viper Wall.
Yeah,
Oh my god, we won her pistol. Oh.
Alarm bells ringing.
Yeah, I mean, losing double pistol on Haven definitely made that map a lot closer. So MIBR on their map pick, coming away with a nice pistol round there. They also had to get through Batty's smoke that was over towards B Heaven, that he was trying to play, you know, Kawazine was trying to play inside of that. And MIBR did a good job of cancelling and then picking a timing to pop in. This is the more classic Viper Wall that you'll see on defense side.
Yeah.
And Loud have got a 5-player stack in B main.
It's just, it's comical.
Yeah.
It really is comical. Just seeing it. I love seeing teams be overly cautious, because you have to be. But then you look at a minimap and we see, actually nobody's there.
Yeah. This is one of those rounds where Loud should just be looking to die to Spike, I think. Although, it is actually a bit difficult from where they are.
Yeah, they're kind of miles away.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's 3 players holding the flank.
I don't think this route is a particularly good one to die to Spike, but all right. They might end up feeding Tex. Though Tex actually only with a ghost, so he's probably not going to get that many kills himself.
Oh, feeding Aspas as well might be just worse. Hold on. Taking a peek, he spotted absolutely everybody, and now he's going to be calling for the reinforcements here. Slamming the shots into the corner. You're going to be rewarded. Coming up with the goods, everybody wants to get involved with the ecos.
Yeah, and Verno 2 away from getting
That's
the
big.
Nightfall online. Yeah, a bit of a misstep there from Loud, I think. Those are the kind of rounds where you should be looking to just take some space where you can and die as easily as you can to the Spike, but all good. All good. MIBR get themselves
It's a monstrous
economy
bonus.
flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is filthy to look at.
Double judge on the defense side for Luxo and Verti.
Yeah, they were contemplating just buying only the one, but it looks like they changed their mind again.
Oh, well, this could be disgusting for Zekken and Aspas to run into.
Yeah, we'll see.
Judge v Judge, as if Zekken takes the Neon fight here, or the fight into Luxo.
Just walking up steadily, and it is that Judge v Judge. Smoke up. Swap Prowler. Oh,
oh, diffed! Oh, diffed!
There's no time to react to that. God, moments before disaster. Now Dark is going to do it all, anchoring towards the back of his site. And these are going to be the trips accounted for. Darker towards the back, Prowler in your face, just with the classic. Why not? Okay.
That's so smart.
You're styling on him.
You're swapping over to the secondary in that situation. Better than firing long range with a Judge. And now Zekken gets to upgrade.
Plan can go down without any problems at all. Bonus conversion that just looks far too easy. It's not there yet. It's up to Batty and Verdi to do something, but at this point, again, it's not their bonus. They don't have money to spend. They don't have the luxury of throwing away these guns, so I mean, they're not going to be going back.
Look at how good that round looks from Zekken on the Neon.
Yeah.
he's just got such an awareness that there is a smoke here over towards Mail. It is possible, even though it's our attack side smoke, that a defender has got inside of it. So I need to use my slide to clear it. And he's shooting halfway through his slide and just destroying Luke Show. He was trying to hold it himself with the judge.
Yeah,
and from that point,
for him to react.
Yeah, I mean, from that point, the B site is just, it's over. How could Darker find value in that position?
These guns, it's essential. The Batty holds on to this one here. Tex will not be taking a swing in a fight towards it, so at least they get that moving into the next. But for MIBR, this is clean sailing so far. Look at that.
The Prowler's lovely too, right? I mean, it's off the information of the Prowler. From Luke Show's POV.
Dude, I mean,
how are you ever dealing with that?
It's a different game.
And that Prowler Neon slide combo, that is what Nongshim Red Force absolutely pioneered.
Yeah.
I mean, that was what was getting them through Ascension, what, a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
And the thing that other teams have only just started to catch up and realize is astonishingly powerful.
Overloading you with util, too much to account for once more. Batty's going to be feeling that firsthand.
Yeah, the Prowler also eats the bullets.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
the Neon. Yeah, it's
breaks across their placement.
It's beautiful synergy.
Messes their aim too while they're at it, and MIBR can just go walkabout steadily.
Wow.
Aim trained on the angles.
Yeah, superstar player for Loud is getting bullied right now in Mail.
Yeah. I don't like this stuff for Loud. I mean, need a miracle. Judge, yeah, okay. If Batty wants it, okay, if he ended up winning that, maybe there's a world here, but still there are players approaching rapidly at that. Louder definitely in a position. Verdi asserting himself. They know where he is. Locked down here. Sees him to the corner. Flash to try and play through Darker off of Kawazin's util. Verdi. Oh my, Verdi! Kawazin! Good combination, 1v1. Verdi! I spoke way too soon to count these guys out.
What a round from Verti.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, we're having a judge off, are we?
Yeah.
What a play. I mean, I love the decision to go in through heaven and get to elbow and get into that position that you could make magic happen from. But man, the kills that he finds from that position, I don't know that, I mean, MIBR knew that he was in elbow, but they did not look ready to take the fight against him at all.
That's going to be a crazy statement for me, but that is harder than it seems with the judge. Tracking a sliding Neon going across your screen. This is very fast now off the rip, off the cup here. Zekken is immediately stunted. Util goes both ways here. Verdi sees that. Sign to life. Overdrive spotted out. Now we are trying to activate on the extremities, trying to push through, but they have so much util to get through here onto B. The nade through into that choke point doesn't clear trips like it's anticipated because they have been placed further back.
Yeah, really smart stuff from Darker. Aspas trying to get some spam damage through, knowing that Darker's playing somewhere around on B, thinking that he's behind the newsstand. Zekken's been wrecked now 2 rounds in a row by Verti with that judge. And the round slows down a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, if you contact in like this, you are going to give a lot fewer clues for Verti to start pushing the tempo up against you.
Sound made, though.
A lot of sound made.
Yeah, Verdi, though.
Oh, what a bait. Oh, what a bait.
Bait like they are running away. And a few of the players definitely are over towards A, but MIBR slowly encroaching upon the territory, spotting out, and they hear it. Yeah, signs from the judge. And do you really want to step into this one? How the hell do you even approach it? They somehow successfully navigated. They did have to pay. Vaspas's life. Mazzino forwards, hearing those rotates. And again, he capitalizes, pouncing on the chads. There's cracks that have been opened up here in the Loud defense. Despite that player advantage, Flash is avoided, dodged and juked. Batty gonna keep the aim clean, but it's time. Pressure on them. Still Kawazin falls. And now, barely any time at all. Somehow, it's navigated by MIBR.
I can't tell you exactly how MIBR have done that. It's this man, Mazzino, that somehow bailed them out of that.
Oh my.
The first pick is nice, you know, he works that lurk up into A heaven. But from there, when you've got Kawazin in front and Batty on site, it should not have been possible for Mazzino to just bulldoze his way in and take them both out.
Yeah.
But he does it anyway. Shows you the depth of talent on MIBR. Get themselves into tough positions, doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a dangerous aspect of this MIBR team is, like you said, they're a player down at a disadvantage, but all of them individually, they know what they need to do to try and win the round in that spot.
Yeah.
They know the right risks to take at the right moments.
Yeah, they're very happy to play make. And and they've knocked down Loud's economy. Verti, though, still has the money for a judge, so any round is winnable.
Yeah, not counting them out anymore.
Yeah. And both teams looking to make adjustments.
Yeah.
Rod speaking quite a bit more than Romanilli, who's taken this timeout, but it's the rest of the team that are kind of having their discussions. He's already had his input. Loud down 1-4. They've been in some good winnable positions, but the power of MIBR has just been overwhelming.
Yeah.
And yet to really see that duo that they heavily rely on of Darker and Luxio coming alive.
No, sat near the bottom. 1 kill apiece. It's really just been Verdi doing the most here. And adjustments are being made here. Looks like a bit of a trip towards that vent angle over towards A as well, so moving. The Cypher set up around, even though they are on a weaker buy. This is a nade that's lined up, so this is essentially aimed to see if we can clear most of the trips up onto the side. We'll see if it clears that one deep onto the A. Sights. One little tendril. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Smallest little piece of the grenade just bouncing off, and now with the star's layered down, it definitely signifies quite a bit. The star, at least that cage, detonated. Darker's given himself a bit of space to play around alongside Kawazine as well. They do have that anchor position layered in, but they're going to win the fight out here where it counts, and sliding to the side is Zekken. Completely disrupts the crosshair placement and allows these kills to just flood in.
I have the spike.
Thinking maybe if Loud have weapons in that scenario, maybe they can work their picks a little better, find some moments to isolate MIBR, but with the lower weaponry, not in a good spot.
No.
And MIBR are now built up to some exceptional ultimates. Showstopper online for Aspas. And they have such good game plans for getting rid of Darker's utility. I mean, we called it out on B as well, where it was unusual because Darker's trips had not been broken. But in a general theme, Aspas is going to be using his nade, or sometimes his blast bags, to neutralize any of those early trips so that they can get in.
Yeah.
And
One enemy remaining.
it's going to make Darker's life misery. Compared to the Vice, I mean, we were talking about Vice versus Cypher here. The Vice just seems like it does a lot of that stuff better.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not going to be surviving the nade much. I think it's multi-purpose, the nade, the lineups.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the wall still will, though.
Yes,
you know?
the wall
Like,
definitely
that-
can't be broken. You are right about that.
That is a big
Yes.
difference between the two. Sure, the Thorns, obviously, will. But the difference with the Thorns is you can pop them. Like, as soon as you hear the raise nade going off,
Yeah,
you pop the
them.
Thorns and you actually still get some value out of
You're
it.
right.
Whereas the trip, I mean, what, you're going to run towards them and pick them up?
That's not happening.
Scurry around like, oh!
Not happening here. MIBR fully running away with this map. 5-1 here. We need to see something from Loud. They finally got the money in order. The buy together. And again, these pull back deeper trips this time. One towards mid. Gives a bit more free reign for Loud here. They see that Prowler.
There's the nade.
Forwards. Will it connect? Not quite. Only covers the one avenue, though. It's up to Target to see if he can hold back the rest of this one. What a shot! Showstopper, held for now, but now let loose! Just sail straight past. Darker, he's still alive here. Comm as well to spot where these players are, but Verno's there to defend it all. Cosmic Divide. Putting the hurt on them now as well. Completely shuts Loud out of the picture. And this flank is going to be caught by the wall. Good information. Verdi's going to have to rejoin the rest of the pack and around. Massive player advantage here, but still the kills can flood in. Still trade intact. Kawazine ready for the response. Ult expended. Seekers. See if they can pinpoint, but a lot of them going to be broken here. Now to regroup up towards Heaven. It's a 2v2. Winnable spot for Loud here.
They still don't know where Verti is. They've still got to be worried about the flank until he shows his face.
Yeah, look at them. Just from the minimap. Seen him. Yeah, I mean, just the tap as well has pulled these Loud players out. Like a poultice on a wound. They just couldn't resist.
They brutalized Verti as he was going for the play there. You know, there's a difference. If they miss the first couple of shots, don't get the bullet tag, suddenly Verti's all over you like a rash. He's in, he's on you. Yeah. But if you take him down early before he gets that speed up,
One enemy
he just melts. Great shooting from Tex and Mazzino there to win the 2v2. Presumably there, the call being to take the more aggressive option and look to swing into Heaven together.
Tap and then fight together.
Yeah.
MIBR once more. Big group up. Once more with a nade. Trouble is with the nade, it does clear the way in that choke point, so.
Yeah, but look at the operator here.
Yeah, Verdi's already posted. Boombot. Tag him up, does need to be broken.
I mean, they'll be taking a look at the money, and the fact that the boombot got broken early.
Yeah, it
might-
feels...
Yeah, it feels suspicious.
Yeah, it feels weird.
Oh, they're gonna go for the Steel Garden into a B split?
Yeah, it does clear up most of the way into heaven, including his choke point player. Verdi's gonna have to respect that one all the way back. Fast lane forwards, but Luke Show again, just perfect peek from Aspas alongside that Prowler. Too much to account for. It's overloaded. Luke Show and now moving towards into the site, but no one can play off this util. Batty, he's got himself tucked into the corner, looking to anchor from this spot again, but overloaded. There's too much, man. It's too much. With Zekken jumping into your face, what the hell do you do?
That's such a sick round from MIBR. Because it showcases, too, that Aspas can be the hard entry for this team.
Yeah.
You know, normally when you're thinking about Zekken and Aspas playing double duelists like this, you're thinking, well, Zekken's always going to be going first. Aspas is always going to be cleaning up. There, Aspas is peeking off the Prowler, as you would in a solo duelist comp, and just wrecks the player over towards B Heaven. Great opening. And then you get to see Zekken as that second layer, jumping through the smoke to set up Mazzino for the kill.
He doesn't even fire a shot,
yeah.
right? But he does the most, right? To set up that kill into the back of the side.
And the coordination for them, it does look scary. The fact that they're building this up slowly over the months that we've seen them as a team.
Yeah, raid boss slowly being formed.
Yeah, it does
Stewing,
feel a bit
having
like
to watch Santiago at home.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a dangerous team that's got their eyes set on London.
Make sure to follow.
It's good from Kamazin towards the end to stave off, keep the weapon in his hands. There's that peak.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah, short of the top, just from the Prowler. It is perfect coordination.
They're so good at using that timing of the Prowler.
There's the other element of it, yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest aspects to being an entry player, is knowing exactly when to peak off your teammates' supportive utility.
Yeah.
And few do it better than Zekken and Aspas. The more that they develop that synergy with Verno, Zekken especially because he's new to the team, Aspas has worked with Verno before, the better they're going to look, man. This is a difficult map for Loud. This is, I guess you could say, silver lining, similar to the first half of Haven, though the sides have swapped. They were in a difficult position there.
Absolutely.
Down 9-3, still made a bit of a go of it, but man, they're getting brutalized currently.
Yeah, cursed scoreline for the Brazilian matchup too.
Oh, don't. Why
Sorry, man. I don't know. Intrusive thought. I just had to say it. But yeah, it is the second time I'm being used by Loud, so tough. Honestly, they are really being put into a corner here, and they have to dig themselves fully out of it before it's too late.
A slightly more aggressive option might be the answer. You know, if you can try to step forwards into MIBR rather than letting them take that space, maybe you'll catch Aspas with the nade in his hand.
Well, he is going to be lining this one up. And as that timer ticks down, peak in order. Verdi has that operator. Might try to go aggro with it, but might just try and just hold the slightest of off angles, waiting for those signs of life. Fast lane forwards. We're going to try and play into it, but already seeing it. Okay, spotted out, stun. Ricochets and does connect. Big reveal. Second. No way! What? How is he surviving in a spot like that? The pull towards it. Verdi just looking to evacuate, but he is being chased. Hot on his heels is Aspas laying wait, and he's already passed that smoke. Taking up residency into that screen's angle. Luke Show. Still alert, still alive, making himself known and noted. There's no shot! How the hell is he doing that? He's caught into a corner now, though, and they know precisely the position to be shooting at, and Aspas will finally go down. Overdrive. Now utilized. Zekken looking to stave them off. Slows it down enough, and straight shots again. And Batty just finding his mark. Mazzino just trying to assert himself inside this cage. Carnage occurring. But through it all, Loud prevail.
That is a weird round, man.
What is going on there?
That is a strange round.
You could hide it all, I think. A couple of those elements with the shots going on, and you might be able to convince me as a bronze game. It's no disrespect.
Yeah, Zekken runs into the trip before the nade clears it, still gets the kill.
They're running and going towards the cage in the end.
Aspas doesn't think about a second player, even though he's got another shot in his shorty, but still gets out. And then this at the end. Madness, really weird moments.
Loud get it, though.
Loud will be happy with it.
That's what matters.
Luke Show's got his ult, he's got his judge.
They're running it again.
He'll be sitting happy, yeah. I mean, they messed it up last time. What if we just execute it properly?
It's a switch up, isn't it? This time a bit of a deeper nade, so Buddy can't really step forward. It's still adjust with that aim, but trade is instant. Tacked up, I believe, slow to a crawl. Zekken's on that mark, and now they have access to the A side. They don't have heaven control. Critically at that, Loud still maintaining control of it.
Mazino's been blocked off from his lurk. No, he hasn't. He's
got
jumped the
busted.
trip.
He's jumped the trip. What happened there? Oh, no. Oh, no. Aspas with the yacht, though, is going to be missing his shot regardless. While all this occurs, the plant is down, and Mazino, you might be hoping that he can find a bit of a straggler here.
I don't think Luxio's going to suspect for a moment.
No,
he's coming from the
he's
other
holding
side.
on to the other side. What is that? Adjusting with the aim and a judge, and he finds it anyway. Second and Verno now.
Oh, no, there's no pull.
Nope. Tucked deep down onto the site. Their post-plant positions are pretty dire. It's a dismal position, yet time is mounting the pressure here in second. You can't be doing this to them. Dodging around you can buy it. Time. The circle has already shrunk, and time is against you. It's a round win for MIBR, nevertheless.
That's Batty's smoke. That is Batty's retake smoke that Loud are walking through, and Zeken's using as a one-way.
Yep.
What's happened?
It is. It is. A lot has happened in
What's
this
happened to the game I love?
A lot has happened.
What's going on, bro?
Okay.
These last 2 rounds have been remarkable.
Intriguing.
Thank you, Batty. Obrigado, Batty.
No.
Yep. Obrigado, Batty.
No.
Thank you. Thank you for that one.
I mean, his team are trolling by pushing through it, though, if that was part of the plan.
A flick and adjustment not there. Aspas. Showstopper off, Verdi's deleted. Turned into pink mist. They are just running a scrim at this point.
Yeah.
It's the A exec hour, isn't it? It really is. They haven't changed anything.
Yeah. All right, come on. Let's try the A retake again.
And, okay, hands it over to the operator. Zeken is already looking up towards heaven. 3v5. Money down to the brink. But Loud still opting into it. They don't really have the luxury of saving the spot like this, although they might be thinking about it now. Yeah, okay.
Well, they've got 2 rifles, yeah.
Yeah, you might as well.
For
But
Kalanzine, I mean, send it in.
gonna go for it.
You get 1 kill, you die, you get Seekers online. It's pretty decent. Verti's the only player in any position to try to stop these hits from coming through. It's so difficult for him to land the opening op shot.
Yeah.
He's still trying to make it happen, occasionally going 1 for 1, a couple of times going 0 for 1. Mazino donates his body to the cause because that's the game we're playing today.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it requires the best out of MIBR.
Yeah, I mean...
I'll say it.
Yes.
I'll say what we're seeing.
Yeah, they're 9-2 up while playing some slop.
Yeah. Slot Valorant.
Yeah. But okay. Yeah, listen.
They're not scrimming the A hit anymore.
Ah.
They have switched that up.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, Darker is putting double trips there. Oh, they are not ending A again.
Double attack side up as well for MIBR. Why not? You got money to burn. It's the last round of the half. Mazino breaking the dog there. Pit in your face towards mid will cause difficulties. Bit more of a slower approach though.
Right there.
Yeah, conditioning that fast-paced approach, forcing Darker to use double trips over towards A, and then slowing things down. Loud looking for a B node re-clear, but don't need to do it anymore because they just heard that Prowler. Gonna do it anyway.
Yep, flash peek, trying to take the fight, but there are plenty more players where that came from, and it's only Louder the one's going to be hurting from it. The protocols in place of players in the anti-flash positions. And that peek there from Verdi could have had an open sightline and open access to potentially a kill, but Mazino, they get this plant out. Cosmic Divide now earns up.
Didn't get the plant down. Decided not to
plant.
plant.
Hold on. Maybe thinking that he did get it.
Yeah, he just came off the plant.
All good. Got it now. 3v4. Still potential here. Knives through the wall. Just in case.
I mean, it's not a bad idea, but it does look funny.
And now we see the post-plant being played here. Fast lane clearance into the back of the site. Star needs to be at least pulled out, used nice and early here, but they're just going to square up and take those fights. One hell of a high-low, isn't it? 10-2.
The triangle of doom over towards B main.
Yeah, except it's not quite a triangle.
Well, I mean,
it's a line of players.
They are 2 players on the low ground.
Normally that refers to like a crossfire, right? It's like an unbreakable.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't want to pick it apart too much.
No,
you are my co-cast.
No, it was a terrible analogy. I'll do better.
Yeah, please.
I'm so sorry.
10-2 is what we're looking at, aren't we? MIBR, and they're all smiles, they're all giggles here.
Yeah.
It
The
is,
high-low of death.
I mean, that's what
Holy.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Let's see you on the other side.
Not much longer now, and I will also take to the skies.
Me too.
You? No, you will always be a worm.
Just wait and see.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Well, as we get the second half underway, make sure to hit up expressvpn.com/VCT for your in-game rewards with the advanced and pro plans right now. We can look forward to the second half here of Split. So far, it doesn't really feel like MIBR are being pressured too much, I dare say.
No, we've seen some loosey-goosey kind of moments from them, and they're still 10-2 up. Loud will be hoping to put a lot more pressure on them in this next upcoming half. But it's been a struggle. They couldn't hold on against that A exec that MIBR ran over and over again. And, I mean, basically anywhere around the map, they were getting brutalized. Had, you know, a nice moment with Verti being able to pick up a judge, and he's got a shorty in his hand now.
Yep. Loud's turn. See what he can do over towards A.
Here he
Back
comes.
side of the pistol. Yep, absolutely. Going to be raring to go, leading the charge and creating a lot of space, but the shots go wide. MIBR! Oh, okay. We're clip farming, are we? Luke Show in a 1v5. This, no, it's just, okay. Okay.
He's styling on him.
Yep.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. It's flawless.
11-2. MIBR's Matt pick, and Zekken is dancing in front of them.
Yep.
The pistol idea is somewhat interesting from Loud, right? You throw a shorty into Buddy's hands. They've got pathing to get him really, really
Go to
deep.
the ground fast. Oh, no, just kill them.
The depth of game plan is so strong for
Aspas
MIBR.
go kill. It still works.
Yeah, I mean, Zekken go kill.
Zekken go kill.
Seems like it's the new strat as well.
Yeah. Everybody go kill. Judge. Shredding them all. And, okay, a couple of straight bullets. Hold on, Verti's got a shotgun of his own and heals out. Verti's topped up.
3 Spectres and a Judge left remaining on MIBR. Had to be a force-up for Loud, didn't it? But, I mean, 2 Sheriffs on the other side. It's not exactly a similar investment into this round. That's the difference that not being able to get the plant and getting a ton of kills on the MIBR side does. And Loud are going walkabouts in spawn.
Yeah.
Maybe straight into Tex. These players are so confident right now.
Deep push.
You could get on an even deeper line and be jiggling it.
He's taking it quite shallow though for now.
Not getting too silly.
No, because at the end of the day, you have to show a level of respect. And Zekken, I should say Verti, I think. Too used to Zekken making plays like that, but disrupts the crosshair placement.
Yeah, it's a nice wide peak with the Neo movement.
And we're seeing a bit of a pause. Not quite. Plant's going down.
Next
I can hear that from the sound cues.
Next frame, please.
There we go. Got that one ordered up for you. Trailblazer clearing quite deep here. Loud. In a pretty prime position here with the plant down, and they're getting aggro in the right places. Kills being claimed. Aspas only with that judge. Not much more to work with. It's really on Mazzino.
He's got a blast pack as well, though, Aspas.
Yeah.
He could absolutely send this with the judge.
He's going to have to cut across here with a nade. Rebounds down into hell. And finds it. Okay, first shot there. Satchel play. Forwards blinded, though. And Kawazine running circles around him. a necessary round here for Loud.
There's the sky value that you're looking to find from Cowan as he rolls back the years.
Yep.
Landing a critical flash at the end in the 3K. Yeah, that's a big one. That is a big one from Loud to save them. Birdie being able to get that wide peek into B main sets them up for success in the B post plan. But they got a long road back if they want to get into this game. They better put down the best attack side you've ever seen.
Yeah, listen, if MIBR keep taking the foot off the gas, maybe.
It's possible. It's possible. I don't believe you, but it's possible.
It's okay.
Double
We'll
Bucky
see.
here for both of the duelists on MIBR. And that's a lot of danger just in itself.
Yeah.
Should be around the Loud can clean up.
Have to imagine, but they are contacting up most of the way. Starts good. Ricochets forwards and a glide to the side by Birdie with a judge of his own. Fast lane to get himself into the action, but he hasn't cleared that corner. No. Tuck tight.
Will anyone?
Well, the other danger player, Tex, has been removed. And surely at some point Verno's going to be cleared out.
This is going to be awkward.
Yeah. Got plenty of bodies though, and the guns at the hand, ready for anything that comes their way.
Cowan gets Seekers online as well, so now they've got an ultimate that they can try to use into the next round to put themselves further onto the board. See if they can get some momentum going. The Seekers are another great tool. You know, we're talking about the Prowler and how well it synergizes with the Neon and taking space, sliding, that kind of stuff. The Seekers work in a pretty similar way. You know, they float around on about that kind of level where Verti should be able to use them to entry into spots if he wants to get aggressive off the back of it. I don't mind at all the idea of increasing the tempo with Cowanzine and Verti.
Trailblazer, that is not the intended stun, I believe. Now the fast lane sent flying forwards here, but he did skip past. I'm not too sure if he triggered the wall. Don't think he did. Verdi is just going exploring right now. The Taurus on split, and there is no one to follow up on that. Not even any sort of util to really help him out. Caught in transition. Verno doesn't die on 10 HP. Still alive, and second holds them back. Yeah, there's groans from the crowd, and I don't blame you. Everything is working out for them.
The Batty 1v5 is about to be legendary,
Don't even start, man. Surrounded. Has the spike. Head's popped up. As Mazzino will be the one to clear him. Flawless here for MIBR. Brings him to 12.
Yeah, the pathing from Verti.
What was happening?
Well, I mean, you're looking to... If you're playing against a conventional split composition that has the Viper that plays towards mid, you're looking to get a pinch on the Vent player at the same time with the Neon behind and the players up front.
Yeah.
But then when they didn't find anybody in mid, they just kept accelerating into be heaven. And that's where it all went to pot. Romanelli's frustrated with their execution of that strategy. And you can see why. They just didn't even consider for a moment that Zekken could be there with the judge.
Just a pause, and Zekken still here with the judge. Wide peek and face stun though. Trying to sit down into that one. The satchels to barely get out of dodge, but you are low. And that's supportive util, I believe, from Zekken. Yes, a stun and a push forwards. Willing to supplement and help out.
He's 18 health.
Just bails him out. That necessary support right there, waiting in the wings.
Zekken didn't even really have to put his body on the line.
No.
Surely
Snake
that.
bite?
Surely that.
No.
It's
He's
missed.
found a pocket. Found a pocket to play in, and Zekken! What a mockery on the map today.
That sums up the whole game.
Really does. What a finish. 13-4. Flawless towards the end once more for MIBR. Feeling like a bit of a walk in the park for them, but a necessary win that they do put on the board to get up to 2-0.
What an interesting group we got cooking, though. MIBR and G2, the two big favorites in this group. One of them 2-0, the other 0-2.
Yeah.
A great start, though, for MIBR. Looking, I would say, very much improved from their kickoff performance, and they were within an inch of making it to Santiago.